Welcome, everyone, to episode 44 of the David Ghiyam podcast. And for those of you who may be new to my podcast, this is where I discuss the energy of the week as it pertains to deep Kabbalistic wisdom, also bringing in some of the astrological, spiritual understandings of what's happening so that you can better understand your soul's journey during this week and also have the tools, the strength, the energy you need in order to connect with miracles. And we're actually beginning to wrap up a period of time that is called the Omer. It's a 49-day window that the sages have spoken about that ends approximately Sunday night, leading into June 1st. So from Sunday night to Monday night is when this energy comes to its full manifestation. And it says that a spiritual baby is born. A new soul is born based on the work that you've gone through in the prior 49 days. And so I'll get a little bit more into that and some different points of consciousness that is available for each one of us. I always like to, I don't do brand sponsorships. I don't talk about other products. I'm not ever trying to sell anything to my audience. So I always kind of use this time also to share with you the different ways, if you would like to connect deeper, that you can. Basically, everything's on my website. It's David Ghiyam, GHIYAM.com. And I have 4 masterclasses that recently I've posted based on your requests and what you would like to learn more about in the soul's journey. The best place to start for people is the course I have called Your Infinite Soul. I have a level 1 and 2, which covers deep Kabbalistic concept as it relates to practical lessons in life. And once you take level 1 just alone, it's going to be life-changing for you. You'll never look at the way you approach life the same again. I also made it pay what you feel is right, what's right to you. So you can pay any amount of money, and all of this money goes towards spreading this wisdom in the world. I have 2 more advanced masterclasses that have recently come out. One is called Limitless Abundance, and one is called Limitless Manifestation. And these are 6-hour live workshops that I've given, and people have requested, for those who could not attend them live, they've requested that I digitize them. So those have come out as well, and one is focused solely on the content that I've gathered from 20 years of business coaching, as well as my own experience building Marry with Organics, the 5 spiritual principles in order to build the vessel for wealth and abundance. And the other one, Limitless Manifestation, revolves around our ability to break through any limitations that we have in our lives, to understand our limited belief systems, to understand some of the karmic residue that our soul has brought into this world and how to transform that. So, and as well, I also have content that I post on Instagram every day, just 90-second bites for everyone to kind of stay attuned to the energy of the day. All right, so let's get back into what's available for each one of us this week. There is a version of ourselves that is called the perfected version. It is the version of ourselves that the sages say is when we have fully transformed the darkness that inside of our soul to light. Is when we have finally overcome our fears, our judgment, our insecurities, our worry, our anxiety. You can feel that. You can feel that right now. Something you're going through in your life resonates with one of those feelings. Do you feel anxious right now about anything? Do you feel afraid or worried that you're not going to get something in the future? Or maybe you have something now and you're afraid you're going to lose it. Do you have some kind of judgment about someone? Maybe you see them in a certain negative light. You don't approve of the way they are behaving or something they are doing. All of these feelings, these negative feelings that we have, come from the part of our soul that is called the Tikkun, the soul's correction. And our soul comes to this world with this spiritual baggage in order to transform. We've learned this in the courses before. But there is a version of ourselves that exists at this very moment that is a perfected version. And if you can try to feel or visualize what this perfected version is, imagine if you had no more fears. Imagine if you had no more anxiety. Imagine if you completely felt whole inside and you felt that you are partners with the light of the Creator. Not that you're even the president of a company, the president of a country, But imagine being president of the universe. You are literally in control of all of the energy of this world. You feel completely at one with all the kingdoms, the human kingdom, the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, the mineral kingdom, meaning that everything is communicating with you and sharing with you divine wisdom and guiding you through life, through the most magical things, and you're experiencing synchronicities and magic, and no negativity can even touch you. In fact, you don't even see negativity anymore because you have achieved this perfected state of consciousness. So this version of ourselves exists. And it says that each person will eventually, if not in this lifetime, over many lifetimes, get there. And the way that happens is that we actually have a time limit. And I'm not going to get into what that time limit is or where it comes from. It involves a whole new session, I believe. But let's say it's we have a few hundred years, which is the maximum cutoff time, say the sages, where everyone must actually become like the Creator. Everyone, every soul, every spiritual path, every religion, it doesn't matter. You believe in the Creator, you don't believe in the Creator. You're Jewish, you're Muslim, you're Hindu, you're agnostic. It doesn't matter. Each soul must reach this perfected state. And we have a little bit less than 300 years to achieve it. Now, what does that mean? What does this time of 300 years mean? It means that it could happen at any moment. It's your free will. But even if you decide not to transform any of the negativity, the energy that is flowing into this universe, which wants to be revealed, the energy of the Creator is coming in stronger every day, and it's speeding up the process of cause and effect so that each person can learn what they need to learn to become the vessel for the light of the Creator. So if I decide, you know what, I'm not going to do any spiritual work, that energy is still coming in. The energy of your soulmate still wants to be revealed. The energy of abundance still wants to be revealed. The energy of happiness still wants to be revealed. This energy, which belongs to you, is trying to be revealed in you. And if you ignore this energy and say, you know what, I'm just going to be stubborn about it. I'm just going to stay the way I am. I'm not going to take responsibility for these relationships. This person needs to take responsibility. This person hurt me. This person took something away from me. This person took the best years of my life away from me. These people are the ones that are in my way. This person who's controlling the economy or the country or these terrorists over there, all these people, all these bad people out there, they need to change. And yeah, maybe I need to change a little bit, but no, all of them need to change. It's crazy that sometimes we think a comfortable life, a happy life is once 8 billion people fully understand me, then I'll be comfortable. Like once 8 billion people know me, appreciate me, and change for me, then I'll be happy. It's crazy when you think about it that way. 8 billion people need to change so that I feel accommodated. At the end of the day, the Kabbalists say that these 8 billion people don't even exist. It's just you and the light of the Creator. The verse from the ancient writings is Ein od milvado. Hebrew and Aramaic 4. There's nothing besides you and the light of the Creator. So to the extent that we believe that is these other people that are doing things is to the extent of the pain and suffering we experience in life. And there is a direct correlation. So any pain and suffering that we have in our lives, any pain, any darkness, any feelings of sadness is not a result of what people are doing to us. It is a result of the percentage you believe it is the fault, blame, or the responsibility of something outside of you. And what happens is, because this amazing energy of fulfillment wants to be revealed in our lives, because that is our birthright, that's why we came to this world, to reveal the light of the Creator, what this energy does is it speeds up cause and effect in our lives. And I'm going to explain how that works. Let's say, for example, we know that evil speech is one of the most negative actions that a person can do that hurts not just the person you speak about, it also hurts the person listening to it, and it hurts you, the one saying it. 3 people are attaching themselves to negativity when evil speech is occurring. And there's 9 major categories of evil speech. The one probably we are most familiar with is when we are saying a truth or a lie about another individual that makes them look bad. It's very simple. A truth or a lie can also be truthful. Say something truthful that makes somebody look bad, it's also evil speech. But a truth or a lie that makes somebody else look bad, in order for me to get some kind of gain, or for me to feel good about myself, or even I think I'm helping by saying this evil speech, but really in reality, I'm just hurting more people. So when a person speaks evil speech, imagine they say 100 words of evil speech, you create 100 negative forces at that moment. But what happens is the negative side, which is the opponent, is a certain angel in this world, doesn't allow you to experience the negativity of your evil speech right away. Why? Because if you experienced the effects of your negative speech right away, you would stop speaking evil speech. For example, if you spoke negatively and all of a sudden the cause and effect was that your mouth would break out into sores, or you would have acne all over your face, or you would have tooth pain every time you spoke evil speech, you immediately would realize, wow, I'm seeing that every time I speak badly about someone, every time I complain, every time I waste my words, I have cold sores all over my mouth. I'm going to stop that immediately. That's what would happen. We would all become spiritual overnight if cause and effect were immediate. So what the negative side does, what the negative angel does, the opponent, is he spaces out cause and effect. So that maybe in 3 months you go through cold sores. Maybe in 3 months you go through a migraine. Maybe in 3 months you have some kind of accident in your life or some kind of loss or financial loss. But this loss that is happening is because of a negative seed that was planted 3 months ago. And it's so confusing because it happens so late in the game that we think the world is random. To make it even more confusing, the negative side will often have something negative happen to you right after you did something positive. And then in your mind, you're thinking, wait, today I did all these nice things, and I even transformed myself, I became more spiritual, and then all these negative things happen. Those negative things were seeds that were planted 3 months ago. It's just that the opponent, this negative force in the world, likes to play with cause and effect to confuse us. Now, what's going to happen as time goes on and the light of the Creator comes stronger into this world? Cause and effect will speed up. So yes, there will be a time where if you do speak negative speech, you have a migraine almost immediately, to which then you will transform and you will get closer to your perfected self. Imagine that the moment you mistreated someone or you were selfish in a certain situation, you immediately lost money. Imagine a day when a person steals, and the moment their hand takes something that doesn't belong to them, they have arthritis in their hand. Who would steal? Nobody would steal. Nobody would be reactive anymore if the immediate effect of being reactive was some form of pain and suffering. And this is what is happening. Cause and effect is speeding up in the world. And the sages actually said that in the year 2000 is when they said this thousands of years ago, that in our year 2000, things would speed up very quickly. And notice what's happened since 2000. Think about the uses of cell phones and the internet, social media, and now we have AI. AI is speeding up everything. Eventually, we're going to get to a place that we'll be able to be in different countries within 30 minutes. Eventually, we'll be able to, well, the sages say it, to teleport. There's a whole secret about how a person can be in 2 places at the same time and dematerialize their physical body. There are secrets about how we achieve this. But ultimately, this is where we're headed. This is where we're headed. So achieving our perfected self is inevitable. The question will be, do we get there through pain and suffering? Or do we get there through knowledge, wisdom, and proactive transformation? And this is why you're studying Kabbalah. This is why your soul has brought you to this wisdom. And I often say, I just happen to be a person who loves Kabbalah and is teaching it. There's so many great souls in this world and so many great people who are bringing the wisdom of Kabbalah or spiritual paths that are very similar to it. They're all one. We are all one towards the same goal of personal transformation to become one with the Creator. So when you're learning, whether it's my podcast or my channel, whatever, it's not that you're learning from me. Everything I'm sharing with you is from what my teachers gave me, my mentors gave me, the thousands of books that I have here in my room that I've been reading and connecting and studying to. I'm just sharing and disseminating this information in the best way I know possible with you. And so when you learn this wisdom of Kabbalah, You not only speed up your process, but you learn your lessons through mercy and not through judgment, not through pain and suffering. There will be challenges, of course, but you don't even know how many painful things you have avoided by elevating your consciousness through this wisdom. One of the ways to have more mercy and to speed up your process, to connect to your perfected self, this destiny that may be a year away, a week away, 5 years away, 5 lifetimes away, we don't know, is to see the perfected version of the people around you. To see the perfected version of people around you. Because the way you view people is only through the lens of your soul's correction. If you have anger issues, you will see people through a lens of anger, and you will not see them in their true self. It's all relative to your soul's correction. Think of anger almost like having purple sunglasses on. If you have purple sunglasses on, everybody looks purple. Now, is everyone actually purple? Are all your friends purple? Is this wall purple? Is this apple purple? No, you just have purple sunglasses on, so everything comes with a tint of a purple color. So when you have anger on, when you have jealousy on, when you have fears on, when you have insecurity on, these are sunglasses of the soul. And so we see everyone through the lens of our tikkun, of our soul's correction. When we take off our sunglasses and we choose to see the perfected version of other people, we're actually rising above our negativity. We're rising above the stars. Even astrological influences can't influence you anymore. Because there are a lot of forces and energies in this world. Every time I'm flying on a plane, I get the best ideas. Every time I study on a plane 20, 30,000 feet in the air, I have more wisdom come to me than when I'm down here in the sea level of this earth. And one of the reasons is because when you're at sea level, when you're at the city level, the thoughts and desires of millions of people are hitting you. And so it's very hard to actually feel and connect to deep wisdom when you have everyone's thoughts, negativity, and energy hitting you. This is why the sages used to wake up in the middle of the night to study, because everyone else was sleeping. So the negative thoughts and negative desires were kind of muted, and they were able to access greater dimensions in the upper world. So when I'm on a plane, it's like you don't have the energy, not too much of the energy of other people affecting your thoughts and your desires. And so when you are choosing to see and ask the Creator to help you, see the perfected version of your spouse, see the perfected version of your children, see the perfected version of your boss, see the perfected version of politicians that you hate, see the perfected version of terrorists. See the perfected version of people who have really damaged your life and hurt you. And when I say that, I'm not saying to excuse people's behavior. I'm not even saying to treat them any differently. I'm not saying let all the murderers out roaming the street because now we're connecting to the perfected version of them. That's not what I'm saying at all. This work is between your soul and the Creator. I'm not saying to do anything different even in the physical world. But in your mind, in your consciousness, if you can start to see the perfected version of people, you begin to access the perfected version of your own soul. You are skipping destinies. You are leaping through time. And that is how you bypass a lot of the pain and suffering and judgment that we go through in our lives. This is how you do it. Kabbalah is all about collapsing time to connect it to our perfected self. It is not just about, how do I feel good for this moment, or how do I manifest this money right away, or manifest this relationship right away. That's just a small piece of it all. Who in your life are you judging right now? And especially judging ourselves. I have to remind myself of this all the time. Because when you're working on yourself, you start to beat yourself up and you start to see that you're not perfect. But can you work on yourself and believe you're perfect at the same time? You must juxtapose these two belief systems. Type A people who are very successful at something that they do, some profession, some sport, some hobby, are very hard on themselves. And because they believe they have to constantly see what's wrong in order to make it right, in order to be successful. That makes sense. But you must balance that out right away with also seeing your perfected self. The more we can stay in this vibration, the more we can see other people in this vibration, while still holding space for the process that they are going through, while still holding space for the fact that, hey, they have lessons they need to learn. They are not fully there yet, but I see both. Once you see both, you are accessing this realm of miracles. Once you see the process that the fruit isn't ripe yet, their soul isn't ripe yet, and what it looks like and feels like when they are ripe, you get the strength to access your perfected soul. You get access to the tree of life, this realm of miracles. And that's how you become charismatic. That's how you become beloved. People are going to feel your light. People are going to feel your energy, because guess what? We all want to be around people who believe in us. We all want to be around people who see our soul, see our power, see everything of who we are. This is what we want. And so we must become this energy as well. And the energy of the Creator will be bestowed upon us.